Hi, my name is David P. Shapiro. I'm the owner and managing partner of the law office of David P. Shapiro, located in San Diego, California, where my firm helps good future when charged with a crime. In this video, I want to talk to you about the dangers of making statements to either the police or to other individuals, whether in person, on the phone, or by way of social media, when you were accused of committing a sex crime, specifically committing rape. We have a case at the firm right now where an individual is accused of taking advantage of a female when they were sleeping. And one of the biggest issues that we have when defending this case from the courts and from the prosecutor are not necessarily what this client is alleged to have done, but the statements he is alleged to have made to law enforcement immediately after, saying that nothing happened, I didn't do anything, we didn't hook up, and how that contradicts with what ultimately DNA evidence may show or has shown in this instance, what other witnesses may or may not have said. And what that does is, although it's a client of the charge of rape, it makes their story significantly less believable. Why? Because they've already made a statement that's pretty much been disproven, right? So if there's a situation looking back in time, the best thing to do is not to lie about it. The best thing to do is not to be deceitful about it. The best thing to do is politely decline to answer any questions, whether you've done something wrong or not. So in this instance, if you did have sexual relations with another individual and maybe you're afraid that, your girlfriend or your wife or whoever, but by admitting that, hey, it was consensual, I didn't rape anybody, that gets you in trouble with your spouse or significant other, just don't talk about it. Don't go out there and adamantly deny it. Don't go out there and say this or say that or blame this one or defend accusations. Just don't say anything, because then what you're doing is, by not saying anything, one is you're not doing the cop's job for them. You're not putting yourself in a position where what you say can and likely will be taken out of context and be seen only as favorable evidence to the prosecution. And you're also giving yourself and the attorney and the law firm you hired to represent you as many different avenues of defense as possible, as opposed to, well, nothing happened. But if DNA contradicts that, well, obviously something did happen. And then that's a whole portion of a trial, if the case gets that far, where your attorney has to explain why you would have been dishonest to the police, why you would have been dishonest to your friends or family or your girlfriend in making that statement alone. And then imagine a situation if you have to testify at trial, meaning you make the choice to testify at trial, and you're admitting, because of your prior statements, you're admitting previous dishonesty. And the difficulties that that's going to face, the jury's going to have with believing you when you testify, whether you're under oath or not. So the key is, specifically when you're accused of rape, when you're accused of sexual assault, is just not to confirm anything, not to necessarily deny anything. Keep it very simple. I politely decline to discuss this matter any further without my attorney present. I got nothing to say. That's it. That's it. It doesn't make you cold. It doesn't make you look guilty. It doesn't make you, anything other than smart. Anything other than protecting your rights. Anything other than protecting your right against self-incrimination. And admittedly, so many times in sexual assault cases, specifically with the rape cases, the biggest, most damning piece of evidence are the statements made, whether it's made, to another person, whether it's made to the police, whether it's made where your accuser will call, or the accuser will call a suspect and say, hey, just remind me again what we did, or why'd you take advantage of me that night? And, I went to therapy and my therapist says that, you need to admit to this, otherwise, I can't heal, I can't move on. And far too often, clients admit to things sometimes they might not have even have done, but a lot of times to things that they admittedly have done. But why seal your fate? Why not give yourself a fighting chance? Why not give yourself a way to protect your freedom, to protect your future? Keep your mouth closed no matter what offense you're accused of, particularly as it relates to sexual assault cases, particularly as it relates to rape cases in San Diego. If you're a loved one, find yourself up against these types of accusations, keep your mouth closed. The only thing you really should be doing is reaching out to a highly qualified, highly experienced criminal defense law firm with multiple attorneys, multiple legal assistants who could help walk you through the process, who could help you regain some control over your future. We're just a phone call away. Again, David Shapiro, San Diego criminal lawyer at the law office of David P. Shapiro, where we help good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. 619-295-3555.